folks. We got married people out tonight. Make some noise. Married people in the crowd. Yes. Okay. Damn near everybody. Happy to hear it. How long have you two been together? Can I ask? 14. Give it up for 14 years. Very happy to have you out. What is, besides deep dish, what is the secret? How do we make it work for so long? How do we stay together? You wouldn't know. Oh, are you cheating on him? What's... What does that mean? That was cryptic as hell. Just every day you love somebody. Oh, well, that's actually very sweet. Hey, that rules. Yeah. Nice way to cover up, ma'am. Just kidding. Listen, I don't want to get married, and it's not just because of you guys, but it's also... Just kidding. You seem lovely. I don't want to get married. Here's why. Because every time they ask a couple that's been together for a really long time that question on the news, they'll be like, how do you make it work for so long? The man is always like, just remember, you're always wrong. That doesn't sound like a blast, you know? I don't want to just apologize forever. And then they'll ask the woman, they'll be like, hey, what do you do? How do you make it work for so long? And she's like, don't let the bruises get you down. And you're like, oh, fuck, all right. That's way worse. He's just been apologizing and then hitting you afterwards? It's terrible. Those are my two least favorite things to do to women. Hit and apologize. Every woman I have sex with is like, can you slap me in the face, tell me you love me? I'm like, how about I pat you on the back, tell you good job, you know? Okay. I'm looking for a boyfriend right now. That's my big 2025 goal. I'm not gay, but my dad moved far away and I need an oil change, so I could kind of just use a man around at this point. Listen, we'll back up for a second. I'm exclusively attracted to women. I want to make that very clear. That being said, whenever I describe my ideal woman, it is a man. Whenever I start talking about what I'm looking for, I'm like, man, I just want a woman that's low maintenance. I want a woman that's a football fan. I want a woman with a penis. You know, it's a lot of that. For real, I had a friend get mad at me the other day because I was sitting around talking to him. He was like, man, I just want a woman that I could like silently watch a movie with. And he was like, you know you paused the movie to tell me this, right? You're describing me, you know? Okay. You guys seem like a drinker crowd, but do we have weed smokers out here for St. Patty's weekend? Yeah, pot smokers? Whoa, no way! Seriously? The man wearing knockoff Ray-Bans indoors? This is a secret, yes. I don't know if you guys are sticking around. Afterwards, we're going to shoot a rap video in here with that guy. Listen, I spoke a little bit of weed. I don't know if you guys could tell by looking at me. I have paid $70 for oregano before, and not because I thought it was marijuana. I was just alone in a car with an adult, and I was scared. I was 14. I would have bought anything for $70, okay? 14 is too young to be smoking weed. It's too young to negotiate prices for drugs. I found out I was getting ripped off like a couple years ago because weed got legalized here in Chicago and all the dispensaries opened. And all my friends were like, man, these fucking high prices at the dispensaries. And then I walked in there for the first time. I was like, I've never seen deals like this before. $55 for a gram? Are you guys going out of business or something? What's going on? That's insane. This is how naive. My first drug dealer's name was Ringo Starr. I figured out that was a fake name like a couple weeks ago. I used to tell people that my drug dealer was Ringo Starr, and they'd be like, from the Beatles? I was like, I think he's from Neighborville. I don't know. Like, that's a town around here. I was in Neighborville 2 nights ago. I did like their banquet for their police, whatever the fuck. I don't know what they do out there. I didn't even read the email, if I'm being honest with you guys. But I did the show, and I was out front waiting to get let in. And do you guys ever have like a moment with someone where it's like, it's just you and another person like alone outside or in an elevator or something, and you just feel like you have to say something to not make it awkward? I turn to the man outside with me and I go, it's fucking weird with all these cops out here, right? And he gave me the strangest look I've ever heard of. just stared me up and down for a solid 2 minutes. And then I walked into the show and I was like, yo, who is that weird guy out front? And the crowd had to inform me, they're like, that's Scott Nichols, he's the mayor. And yeah, so Neighborville hates me now is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're gonna do some dark. Strap in for a second, okay. Have we been to an escape room recently? Make some noise. By round of applause. Anybody? Yeah? You guys? Not recently. You just wanted to be supportive. I love that. Did you guys get through it? No. Okay. Okay. Anxiety attack. Didn't get through it. Is it all three of you? Separate. Okay. No further questions. I don't know. Not everything's a Matt Rife clip, guys. It's not all gonna hit, you know? I don't know. I think you could learn a lot about taking someone to an escape room. I think you learn everything you need to about a person. Did you guys, while you were in the escape room, did you lose any respect for any of your friends based on what they thought were clues? I went to an escape room with my entire family. I swear to God, this is real. My uncle sat in the corner of the room for 45 minutes and just counted the ceiling tiles. Like he thought that was gonna be the big clue. 45 minutes of counting ceiling tiles. After 45 minutes, he's like, AJ, I got 52. What does that mean? I was like, how did I let you molest me? You know? Like, how? How dumb was I got tricked by this guy, you know? He gave me the ick. I know that's not fun to think about. It's pretty funny to get the ick for a pedophile, is it not? It's fun to be kind of into it, and then he gets his jacket caught in the van door, and you're like, give me the candy. I gotta go. Okay. I don't want to help you find your dog anymore, sir. Okay, we're 1 for 1 on that. All right. Here's the next one. This is not a political statement, just an opinion that I have. I feel like, legally, after your second abortion, you should have to take the Bible verse out of your Instagram bio. Does that... I think we can all get behind that. 1 is fine. Even God killed 1 son, but... After the second one, it's like, you gotta find a new book or something, you know? This one's not working out, Chelsea, okay? You gotta give Harry Potter a go. Before her second one, she's like, the boy who lived come to die. You know? The boy being the fetus. That's pretty fun. I am on the internet too much, and I know that because I can tell how badly people are doing by how motivational their social media gets. Once you start posting sunsets and inspirational quotes, in my head, I'm like, things are going downhill from here. Just some girl I went to college with, like, there are no mistakes, only opportunities to learn. And I'm like, oh, she's pregnant, you know? She's gonna abort a third one. Her womb is the escape room. Okay, sorry. I do all 3 of those jokes purely for that tag. Oh shit, do you guys say talk about suicide? Do you guys want me to talk about suicide for 4 minutes? All right, I mean, if you insist. Folks, all funerals are sad. Suicide funerals are also awkward. Not gonna make fun of them. I went to one last summer for a friend. Suicide funerals, the only way I could describe it, it's like going to like a surprise party that somebody threw for themselves. I will say, the one that I went to, the piñata was a little much, okay? Especially because they used the same rope. I mean, my God. Okay, we found the line. We found the line. I'm Gen Z, so suicide was like marketed to us. It was. It's all they talked about. They made shows, TV programs, purely dedicated to try to stop us from killing ourselves. And everything that they made me want to kill myself. I mean, have you guys ever heard that Imagine Dragons song, Demons? Are we familiar with that? That was like an anti-suicide mental health anthem. And the whole song is about pain and how you can see it in someone's eyes. And all of us were like, we can feel it in our ears right now because this song sucks, you know? They made that show 13 Reasons Why. That's a crazy... If you don't know what 13 Reasons Why... It's a show about a girl who kills herself in high school. And the reasons are 13 of her classmates. And my only takeaway from that show was in terms of reasons to kill yourself at 16, 13 is like a really high number. I feel like a good 4 would have taken me out, you know? You have 13 reasons to kill yourself at 16? I don't have 13 reasons to be alive now. If you have 13 reasons to kill yourself at 16, I don't know, you should probably do it. Like, I'm being, okay? It's like when you meet somebody and they're like, I have a toxic ex, and you're like, oh, that sucks. And they're like, I have 12 more of them. And you're like, you should kill yourself, you know? That's probably your fault. Okay, we'll go back to PC. I used to work at, this is real, before I did comedy, I used to be a personal trainer at a Planet Fitness. It's like being a chef at a Burger King. No one knew why I was there, what I was doing. I wasn't even in shape. I was just young and skinny. Clients would ask me, they'd be like, what do you usually eat for lunch? I'd be like, cigarettes, you know? These abs are from coughing, lady, okay? One time I had a guy ask me if he had to wear a mask while swimming. And I had to be like, nah, sir, that'd be waterboarding, you know? We don't got that in the budget here. Also, sir, this is Planet Fitness. We don't have a pool here, so I don't know where you're swimming at. I used to do construction for my dad. Did anyone else have like blue collar jobs before they, made enough money to be in downtown Chicago? Anybody? Yeah? What's up? We're still blue collar. Yeah, it's right here in the back of the room. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. Very fun. What do you guys do? All electricians. Oh shit, my dad's an electrician. That rules. He also couldn't afford to be here tonight. Just kidding. Damn, how long you guys been doing it? 20 fucking years. Give it up for him. That's incredible. Happy to have you out. Can I ask, I always get curious about this with blue collar guys. Do you want your kids to go into like blue collar fields, or do you want them to like go to college and whatnot? What is the...
My son's right here.
Your son's right here. And he's also been working for 20 years. He takes care of his elderly father. Okay, we'll go to the son. You've been doing it for 5 years. Did your dad push you into it, or do you just want to do it?
No, I just want to do it.
That rules. Okay, you got like a healthy relationship with your dad. That's a very good thing for life. A shitty thing for a comedy show. Nothing funny about it, but Dude, my dad wanted me to become an electrician so bad. Badly enough that he made me work for him for 4 years for free. He also made me interview for that job. I don't know if you guys ever interviewed for a job you know you're not going to get paid for. I was trying to get fired in the interview. My dad's like, AJ, you're 14. What's something you firmly believe in? I was like, I don't think OJ did it, Dad. Okay. I believe in evidence. And then I would have to go on real job interviews. I had to go to Planet Fitness after only working with my dad. I don't know how to answer any of the questions. It was just some lady like, what's a challenge you've dealt with in the workplace? I was like, one time my boss divorced my mom. Like, that was rough for a year or two, Okay. I have to leave soon, but I want to do okay. Just as a crew, this isn't going to leave this room. I'm going to share something personal about me for a second. Okay. We all have these things that you tell your friends that you're like, hey, my parents did this to me when I was a kid. And you're like, isn't that funny? And they're like, no. You're like in therapy for that, right? So this is one of those. My mom did this thing. My mom was the sweetest lady of all time. But she did this thing when I was a kid where if she didn't like a kid in my class, she would just tell me that their parents were sex offenders. They never were. Relax, okay? She was real convincing about it. It wasn't like she didn't like them. It was just like if she didn't want to take me to someone's house, or she was just like she has a headache or something, she'd be like, they're pedophiles. We can't go over there. We can't. I thought I grew up in a school full of sex offenders. And they were all Filipino for whatever reason. I don't know, okay? I thought, for real, as a stereotype, I thought most Asian people were sex offenders. Not for real, just a stereotype. But I did think it was like a common, white people are school shooters, Asians are pedophiles. That was just implanted in my mind until I was like 12 years old. And I found out that they weren't because my mom took me to Disney World. And I saw a bus full of Asian tourists and just yelled out in the middle of the Magic Kingdom, Mom, look, it's the pedophiles. She had to pull me out of line. Security was called. It was a whole thing. And she had to sit me down and she's like, listen, you can never say that again, okay? I lied to you when you were a kid. There are no pedophiles at Disney World. And that might have been the biggest lie she ever told me. There's like a bunch of pedophiles at Disney World. There's like a pedophiles Disney World. Like it's their favorite. It's kind of their Magic Kingdom too. Okay. I'm AJ Leidig. You guys have been an absolute blast. Thank you so much. Keep it up your house. We love your having.